So this is my T3476 in Finnish colours. I think it looks quite pleasant in these colours. It's been sort of painted to look like one that's been stood outside for a while. The reason being, well, the Finns had quite a lot of them that were in museums, or in their museum, Parola Tank Museum. There's actually one at Bovington as we speak, and which this one is sort of vaguely modelled on. So the Finns previously had things like FT-17s, Vickers, BT-5s, BT-7s and T-28s. Not a lot of good really when you're facing something that could be as good as a T-34-76, although it does seem to be going through a bit of a re-evaluation of its reputation. The Russians actually had lost 40,000 of these things. That's T-34-76s alone. So perhaps they weren't quite the good vehicle that were made out, although crew training probably had a lot to do with that. The Finns got the first one in October 1941, and by 1943 they'd captured a total of 4 of them. They thought they were adequate. Poor visibility, reasonably good ground covering abilities, and a fairly good gun. And that was about it. Now, they later got 3 from Germany, bought 3 from Germany in 1944. There were 6 more that they had arranged to be delivered, possibly even paid for, but due to the Finnish-Russian armistice, they'd stopped fighting the Russians by then. Germany, fairly rightly, said, well, you're not having these then because you're now going to use them against us. So they had, eventually by the end of the war, they had 7 T-34-76s and 2 for spares. They had various other big Russian vehicles as well. Have a look at the Finnish Tank Museum of Parola's website. There's some really, really good images of the other vehicles they had, and these were painted in several different camouflage styles. 2 were removed from service in 1954, and the rest of them, frankly, by 1961 were just so hopelessly out of date that they were all removed from the Finnish army. 5 of those vehicles actually survive and made it into the museum. One of these vehicles is currently at Bovington, which is the one this one is fairly loosely modelled on. Difference for the Finns seems to be this aerial here, and those 2 rather odd-shaped armoured boxes on the front of the mudguards. I think, though I'm not certain, that they are headlight covers. I'm not really sure. I should have examined it and taken better photographs. Unfortunately, it was a very busy day at the Tank Museum that day, and there were lots of people in the way. So, this is the T-34-76 in Finnish service. It's been sat outside for a bit. The one at Bovington is a lot cleaner than this. And that's about all there is to say. I think, no, there isn't. It's Hobby Boss with a Tamiya turret, because I ordered the wrong vehicle, unfortunately, and I like the looks of this one. The decals are from a 1/35th scale T26, me thinking that the T26 is quite a small vehicle, so that the decals would actually be reasonably in scale with 1/48. Fortunately, they're a bit upside down as well, which I think is a bit of a shame, but I don't propose to go and repaint this vehicle. I've got it as I want it, and I'm quite pleased with it.